there's a lot of literature and a lot of teaching about the concept of letting go, and you often end up focusing on the thing you want to let go of a lot. And it tends to not be the best solution. So, for example, let's say I have an unhealthy relationship to this plant. And it's really painful. We have this really toxic relationship. And I sit here and I focus on, like, plant, I need to let you go. Like, this isn't working anymore. We can't spend so much time together. It's not healthy for me to be so close to you. And I am sitting here and I'm focusing on what I need to let go of, and I'm focusing on what I now have determined is not the healthiest thing for me or what I don't want. But what am I experiencing? What is my reality right now? What's that? The plant. The plant is still my focus. Even if I'm trying to focus on letting it go, it's still my focus. So the reason why all those questions I had you ask yourself were so important is because the key to letting go of the things that are not healthy for you anymore or that are limiting you is not to focus on the things that are unhealthy for you and limiting you so much, but to get really clear about what you want and what you need, what feels good to you, and go in that direction. And what happens is, when you get that clarity and you give your attention to it and you move towards it, you naturally, organically move away from the people and situations and the habits that are no longer good for you. Okay? Because when you do the things that make you feel really healthy, happy, and alive, you don't want to be around anyone or anything that brings your energy down. And this is how the process organically evolves. When you start taking really good care of your physical health and your inner, your emotional, and your mental health, you're so in tune with your body. When you eat something really fried or greasy, or it's not good for you and you have a bit of indigestion, you think to yourself, I don't like feeling like this anymore. So you now, next time, you know what, I'm not going to eat that. I'm going to eat the thing that I know agrees with me more. It's very simple. I feel so much better on a regular basis that you go and you have a few drinks and you feel like shit that night, or you throw up, or you don't feel well in the morning, and you think, I've become so used to feeling good, and I feel so good when I wake up in the morning, and I don't feel hungover, or I don't feel like I don't want to get out of bed, and I don't like feeling this way again, so you know what, I'm not going to do it again. I'm not going to do it like that. Or you're doing these things you wrote down that make you feel good, that represent what you want, and you're around someone who you used to spend a lot of time with, and you were kind of unconscious about the dynamic, but then you're with them, and you're like, whoa, I don't really feel that great around this person. I don't like how they talk to me. I don't like what they say all the time. They're always complaining, they're always negative. Like, it's just not healthy for me. So that contrast becomes even clearer, becomes even more distinct. But the key, the solution to letting go is not to focus on letting go or what you're trying to let go of. The key is to get really clear about what feels good to you, what you want, what you need, what makes you feel healthy, what makes you feel strong, what makes you feel alive, and to do more of that. And any time you gravitate back towards someone or something or a habit that's not that healthy for you, you're going to feel it much clearer. And then that's going to help you choose to go back to those habits, those situations that make you feel better. And that's really the organic, natural, most effective way of doing this. Does that make sense? That's why it's so important to take some time to ask yourself, what do I really want? What makes me feel good? What activities bring out my joy? What people do I feel free with? And like I can be myself, as opposed to always walking on eggshells or trying to please them or compromising to suit them. What people can I just say whatever I want to say without thinking I'm going to hurt their feelings. I can just be free. I can be myself. That doesn't mean you're mindless. and hurtful, but that you can just be yourself without feeling like you always have to monitor everything you're saying. Does that make sense? Yeah? So that's this overall process that we're going through. And so like my analogy of the plant is, you know, sometimes it's really hard because we have an addiction to the plant. You know, and the plant is your friend, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your spouse, you know, your job, social habits, you know, friendships you're involved with. It becomes an addiction, and sometimes that relationship that we have with this thing is not very healthy. And so we have to turn it and focus on things that are better for us, that do feel better, that are healthy. But remember when I said last night, we're so used to focusing on things that we don't feel good about, and then complaining about them, that that's all we keep getting. Right? Because when we're little kids, remember I said, we're plopped into an environment where we feel powerless as babies, and we have to look at people and be in situations and environments that don't always feel good, and that we don't really want to be in, but we don't feel we have a choice. Right? Now, as adults, we do have a lot more choice. We just often don't realize how much choice we have. Because we're so used to just sitting in our misery. Right? Continuing to give ourselves, our time, our attention, our energy to things that don't nourish us.